form of the same thing, does that mean that all the information we got from last time is now totally useless?
There is a. It's not entirely useless, but it would. There is a possibility that its stats may differ now.
Okay, cool.
So it is a valid target to do a study check against again.
I don't think any of us kept incredibly detailed notes for everything he told us anyway. I know I didn't.
You guys keep notes?
I think it was weak to wind.
Weak
There
to
was a
Earth.
lot of information. There was more than I could note
I
down.
think it was
quickly.
Earth.
Oh yeah, it was either wind or earth. I just could not remember for the life of me. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was earth.
No.
And I think it's a thing that like I think it's a thing that like I can't attack directly.
Oh.
Oh, there's one more thing I have to do before we start tonight. I just forgot to do it at the end of last session, so I'll do it right now. Ho-ho!
What was that for?
My boys!
You getting the lads?
What?
The lads. His little
I
mooks.
have to at the end of every session, I have to roll a d6 to see how much of their like fatigue goes away.
Oh, okay.
Hello, everyone.
Sorry, I'm not familiar how it works.
Hello, everyone. I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. This is the Electric Metropolis video game tour, and we are having another session of Fabula Ultima, the castle that would pierce the horizon, using the Fabula Ultima RPG system, a JRPG, TTRPG made by Need Games. And last we had left off, the intrepid heroes had stepped out to witness the entirety of Grimwatch, the Tower of Grimwatch, the Wizard's Tower of Grimwatch, being rendered asunder, its many rocks and stones being cast throughout the hidden, fortified town. Townsfolk running for their lives. But I suppose we should properly open with yet another tale. In Grimwatch's cloaked and shadowed spires lived Thalios with arcane desires. The umbral sage, with quill in hand, wove prophecies across the land. Beneath moon's dark, veiling night, he sought the quill's unfailing might. Yet sorcerers of Darkland's sly turned magic against him from on high. She whispered shadows, sang of dread, twisting Thalios' power instead. The ritual failed, shadows grew, engulfing streets with night's dark hue. Sky turned to midnight, stars did fade, Grimwatch trembled, fears displayed. For Thalios' spell was broken wide, the sorceress' laughter echoed high. Shadows danced, whispered with glee, turned to friend to foe in spree. Her dark magic twisted right, spread endless nightmare, banished cries for Thalios, sage of night, yet he was trapped, no will to fight. His magic bound, his power torn, Darkland's sorceress held the thorn. Heroes rallied, hearts beat fast, to save their sage, break spell at last. Ventured shadows, faced her might, to free Thalios, restore the light. Trials of strength, courage's blade, wisdom's keen, they battled shade. Shadowed's heart, traps laid bare, unity broke sorceress's snare. Freed Thalios, power restored, with Quill's true magic, light outpoured. Sorceress vanquished, plans now spent, Thalios stood the firmament. In Grimwatch now, where shadows lay, hope and courage night and day. The umbral sage, his magic pure, guard the city, shadows obscure. Gales of shadows, magic awry, heroes valiant, reach the sky. Ancient Grimwatch, light holds sway, for umbral quill's dark power. Hoping this song turns true.
We're in danger.
So, you have a very distinct problem. The
Hi.
A.
We're gonna die. I'm kidding.
You all can have stepped out of the little bar that you had come out of. You had your plans, and then you saw the tower explode, and all the shadows and the light sucked away from. I mean, the Darklands are a dark place to begin with, but the only way people see things now is by mage light and torch, and the arc of arcane power lancing about. The threat itself in the high tower is a massive light, and it looks to be far stronger than when you saw it last, and it seems quite corrupt, and its power has grown a little more vast. But to all that end, you are quite far away from it. You're like at the outskirts of town, and the city itself is quite is enraptured in shadows and monsters, which I imagine you don't want to get bogged down in fighting. You don't want to sit there trying to battle. If you try to sit there and battle each individual shadow that leaps out at people, you're gonna be here for who knows how long. Its power is likely going to get stronger and just unleash more and more. You can see the guards and various adventurers are fighting, are trying to defend people and trying to beat them back. Some people are trying to flee out of the city as best they can. To that end, you think that it is not at its full strength yet. Its full power, its full greatest spell not wielded. So it has a clock of its own to turn through. And clock on the board.
So are we now in conflict time?
You are in conflict time, yes.
Okay. I would like to immediately, as conflict begins, I would like to spend 5 mind points to activate. I just got this. It's all the way down here in my lore master stuff. Quick assessment. Choose one creature I can see, and you have to reveal one of its traits to me.
What creature are you targeting?
The big giant guy.
You mean up there in the remains of the exploded tower?
Yeah.
How long does it look like it's going to take us to get there on a rough guesstimate?
I will get to that in a moment.
Okay.
I'll resolve this check first.
Also, there's one other thing I'll do. Now that I think about it, but yeah, get me that first thing.
I mean, if you don't want the trait, I can not tell you it. Have your MP back. Fine.
Well, no, because I'm also going to spend an additional 5 mind points and ask a question about a damage type. But
okay. So you learn one of its traits is ensorcelled.
oh,
That's a funny word.
and it didn't have that trait last time, did it?
No.
Okay, that's good to know.
And it is vulnerable to...
Well, I have I have to say a damage type,
Oh, that's true,
and then
yes.
you tell me the affinity.
That's true. Go on.
I'm gonna say Earth because I remember that's what it was weak to last time, and I want to see if that still holds.
It does not.
Oh, it's no longer weak to Earth. Okay, that's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
As we're sort of running past, Lucius just looks to Seven and says, Seven, see those bits of earth and stone that it seems to be whipping up? Its magical forces seem to have attuned to it. I don't think that earth and weakness you mentioned earlier will still hold.
And
Of course.
to answer the question the Rune asked, there are 2 clocks present. One is the clock that it will that ticks up its power, and that surely Grimwatch will be swallowed in shadow and darkness, much like the Eclipsara had been. But the other clock is you guys getting up to where it is, like finding your way up past the various ruined buildings, the panicked crowds, and trying to find a way up the tower to even get at this guy to fight him. So it isn't even really directly attacking. It can attack you through its shadows, but attacking its shadows doesn't really hurt it. You're just progressing toward it somehow. Unless you're not attacking the shadows and you're finding some other way to evade them. Because it's just countless shadows pouring out of the woodwork.
Pouring out of the shadows, would you say?
Yeah.
All right, how do we determine our order after Lucius went?
Well, that's just start of combat. That's just
Yeah.
the thing. That's just the thing he does. You guys haven't even taken your turn yet.
Okay.
And it works the same way as regular combat. So it goes one of you, he does something. One of you, he does something.
Okay.
Oh, and I should give myself some Ultima points. It is a
You
new
do you
form.
also still roll initiative like you did before, or?
This I shall waive and give you guys the start, because it technically did something to provoke all this, but you're the only ones that actually are in a position to know what this is and fight it. So, and it doesn't know quite yet that you're here. It's attacking everyone indiscriminately, so it doesn't know you can threaten it yet. So you kind of have the jump on him a little. So you get first. You basically get the initiative on it for free.
Understood. Do we want to discuss a plan for approaching it quickly and quietly, or anybody have any ideas?
10 Ultima go my way.
Oh, jeez.
Major threat.
Pardon
That's
this like when my boyfriend played Risk and holed himself up in Australia.
A lot of Ultima.
My thought. Do we see do we see any like town guard like that have come out and are trying to do anything?
He mentioned that we did, yes.
Okay.
They're fighting the shadows, which means we can probably dodge many of them if they're engaged with other opponents.
Yeah. So my thought was I could maybe give some guidance to these guards.
I don't know how much it would help when killing the shadows that the guards are fighting don't do anything to help deal with the actual threat.
Yeah. And actually, now that I look at my special ability,
I feel like anything we can do to get there faster is the best thing we can do.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
I was looking at something that I can do that helps with clocks, but it doesn't quite fit this. It's close, but it
could-
doesn't.
You could rally the guards and see if they can help clear us a path.
That's a thought.
Yeah.
You'd have to convince them they don't trust us very much.
Yep. Oh, I know exactly what we can do. We can approach some guards, and Lucius will take out one of the medallions that we were given. We need aid. We need to get we need a path cleared up towards the tower. We're here on a mission for the sorcerer.
Dalios.
One presumes you mean the Archmage, not the Sorceress.
Sorry, Archmage. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, with the coin in hand, they're in the midst of battles, but you're able to find someone who kind of you can kind of talk to, some sergeant at arms, to speak with. I'm gonna say willpower's part of it. Your target number's a lot lower because you're offering, you're showing a coin that you've been rewarded by the Archmage. By Thalios.
I will do persuade. Oh! Hello.
What is that?
I rolled a 16.
You
hang on.
Hang on.
I will then proceed to spend. Yeah, we need to get through this. I am going to spend 40 mind points.
Oh goodness.
I am now at 7 mind points to fill up 2 more sections of the clock.
Ooh, what ability is that?
Lucius Mantis. It's an orator ability called Persuasive. When you successfully perform a check to fill or erase sections of a clock, if my approach relied on charm, diplomacy, deception, or intimidation, I can spend up to skill level. Oh, I'm sorry, I can only do it once, so I only increase it by 1.
Okay.
But I get 20 mind points back. But I do increase the clock.
Yeah, your impassioned speech not only rallies the unit that you're speaking with, but also an adjoining unit overhears your plan, and they start battling to make a whole. So they start organizing so you guys can move forward.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do that.
Alrighty. Very good.
Turn bounces to the enemies.
Was that everything that you could do with your turn, by the way?
Other than move.
Well, obviously we're all moving, but yes.
Yeah.
We're moving together, though, yeah. Okay.
Thusly, as you are progressing forth, the shadows have now recognized that you are a leader of some kind, and they make grand efforts to strike out at you. And a wheeling dark magical being rolls its way through the guard and takes a swipe with a magical energy at Lucius. This is Dex Might.
I'm in danger.
You forgot the chuckle.
I'm in danger.
That is a grand total of 9 to hit you.
Which are you trying to hit?
Your physical.
No, it doesn't, but it wouldn't have hit my magic either.
So as it lances out, you're able to kind of sidestep away from the bolt of energy, and before it can really charge in to try to keep up with you, guards immediately start shoving at it to keep it from getting at you. Turn goes back to you guys.
Onwards, men!
Okay, if you don't mind, I can go next.
Yeah, I don't mind too terribly unless someone else has something.
HP looking.
Sorry, I couldn't hear. What'd you say, Arnon?
How's everyone's HP looking?
Mine are full.
Mine's
full.
Everybody
Mine-
should be full.
are How?
Remember, we had gotten a whole day of travel, and then we also replenished our inventory points.
That doesn't
Were
heal
people
you.
wounded?
Hmm?
Were
Healing
people
requires a
wounded?
rest, though.
Yeah, healing
Okay.
requires a rest. We haven't been able to rest.
Oh.
My hit points are still at 29.
Oh, I remember. It's because I drank a potion.
Yeah.
At the end of the last session and filled myself up, and then I recovered all my inventory. So
Yep.
I'm full.
Yeah. And I was not injured. That said, if you want, I can heal you.
No, I don't need any healing. I'm good.
Not you.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize people were screwed up though.
A couple points above my crisis, so I'd appreciate it. Especially because once we start pushing, it's gonna need to be all hands on deck.
Well, what I was going to do was I was going to transform into a tougher form and then guard somebody who needed it so that they wouldn't get knocked down while we were traveling. Is that fine if I go next and do that? Because my transformation also allows me to take an action afterwards so I can guard somebody immediately after that while we travel.
Yeah, and then that'll give you a hit to your hit points, and then hopefully we can do something that'll heal us up.
Sure.
Okay, then going next, I have in my journal one of the things I keep in my journal. Where's my notes? You know, there's a place where I kept notes. I basically keep track of where I had my rested features, and currently here it is: camp activity bonuses. I daydreamed last time we camped, so the next time I lose hit points for whatever reason, I can choose to half that hit point loss. So instead of taking 1/3 of my health, I'll take 1/6.
Gotcha.
So 1/3 out of 62 would have been what, 20? So now it'll only be 10.
Cool.
So I activate the features for my shape-shifting of, let me go ahead and tell you about it so we can note them down. Sorry, it took me a second to get this open right. The Placophora to increase my defense score to 16. The Terratheria, so I can fly. And Arbatida, which increases my insight die to a D12. Which will also increase my magic defense. So those are the 3 things I have active right now.
Aether transforms.
And then I also, who's the most injured person on the team right now?
I'm at 29.
Well, who do you plan to heal next, Arnon?
Are either of you below your crisis?
No, I'm not.
I'm 2 points above it.
Okay.
I'm 3 points above it.
But I can guard whoever you don't heal, basically.
All right. Probably gonna heal Oranon, so
Okay, then I will begin guarding with my primary action, Lucius, as we travel. I'm basically flying over him with my armored form in a protective pattern, ready to zoom in and take hits for him. And that's my turn.
Good. Thusly, one of the shadowy wolves leap forth and try to attack the one leading the charge and shouting orders. But you have intent to intervene and disrupt the attack, I believe.
Yep.
Get the mechanic behind this. Guard. So You're guarding someone else, basically. But may cover another creature, prevent foes from preparing melee attacks against them, so they can't attack them, they have to attack you. So they want to attack Lucius, but they attack the flying, transformed creature.
Right, I basically fly in and intercept the attack against my own defenses.
So this wolf will, this shadow wolf will roar at you, and then try to snap out with a ghostly bite. Tries to pierce your magical defenses, thinking that will be to his advantage, although it doesn't know that your magic defense is actually buffed right now. But it's not really thinking about stuff too much. It's not quite that clever. Oh, I doubt it. I really doubt it. Well, 13 magic defense.
That's exactly enough.
Oof. So that is 16 physical damage as it bites. It bites with its ghostly teeth and bypasses the armor you wear, and you can feel your magical power trying to repel it, but it still manages to tear at your essence.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Turn goes back to you guys.
Damn it, I did it wrong. Hold on, I'll fix that.
Yeah. I healed from its attack.
Well, I just,
Yeah.
accidentally hit the wrong symbol.
I get you.
There we go. I'm fine. I'm not even in crisis yet.
Oh, okay.
Surprised it got me, though.
It got real lucky. Because it rolled 3 on its D10. Like, that's garbage. It got really lucky. So fall some more Duncan or Zevin Demeril.
I can.
Oh, and I forgot
Heal
because I was guarding, I have
Devin.
resistance to everything. So I actually took half of that. Isn't that right, Corby? Don't I have resistance to everything when I'm guarding?
You either give yourself... Oh, hold on. I'll double check that.
I don't think that's how that works.
Once per turn, until the start of your next turn, you gain resistance to all damage types. You gain a 2+2 bonus to opposed checks, and you may cover another creature and prevent foes.
Oh, it's
from
all of
flying
them.
into attacks.
Yeah, no, you're 100% right.
So I actually took 8, not 16.
Very good.
Fixing that. Cute. I had almost forgotten. Sorry.
Cool.
There we go. So now I'm still good. I'm tanking for us. That's what I'm doing.
Cool. I am going to spend 4 inventory points to do a thing.
The thing.
Specifically to roll 3d20. 21 and 8. Okay.
Ooh. The 20 might be good.
Okay.
Oh. Is it just me or the alchemy table's broken?
They might be. But they're pinned as well in the Discord.
Oh, right.
Okay, so yeah, Zevin, you can recover 100 hit points and mind points, and because I have masterful dosage, you get to recover up to 150% of your health.
Oh,
Wait, what?
I can overheal?
Yes, because I am a master merchant. Full dosage.
I need 3 health.
Super health.
Wild.
Well,
And
this is the
super
time to
mana,
do
too.
that to somebody, yeah. This is the time to do it.
Thank you.
What does this look like, more Duncan?
I pull a special brew out of my backpack and hand it to Zevin. Drink that. Only one.
Got it. It tastes worse than Pit Viper vodka. We're good.
You're welcome.
Jeez.
Drinking while running full speed is not good for you. But this potion certainly is. Thank you.
One of the dark demonic imps apportate themselves across the battlefield to try to attack Lucius, but Aether is still guarding him, so whoop, just immediate. Despite his incredible speed, Aether's kind of able to go, nope. You don't get to do that.
Oh, also 7. Your mind points as well can overshoot.
Can overcap my 9 points? Ooh. Excellent.
Yes.
Super potion.
Violence.
Wild.
The demonic imp lashes out at Aether, trying to get at Lucius with its freezing nails. Attacking your magic defense.
Yep.
You're starting to learn why the normal guards of this place are struggling. But then again, you notice the guards have buffs to their magic defense due to the type of armor they wear. But regular travelers and stuff are struggling, and regular people because their armor isn't helping them.
Well, I mean, I plan to switch to armor that gives a big buff to magic defense someday too.
Yeah.
But I was waiting until you made the switch to the official rolling initiative is no longer a thing. Because until then, the armor I'm wearing is still useful to us.
Yep. Well, each table's different. I'm just sticking to my ruling on it.
Fair enough.
That is 4. I don't think that hits you.
Nope.
That one hit a kid. It
Yeah,
swipes
that
at
one
you,
hit-
but it is quite tiny, and not nearly. It's tricksy, but not particularly fast or particularly strong.
I just fly past the imp as he takes his magical swipe with his little pokers and call him, "Oh, aren't you a little small bean? Cute." Keep flying by.
Little small bean.
Turn falls to Zevin Demeril.
The objective. I'd like to use my my firearm to help clear us a path.
That's the best use of a firearm.
Are you using it? Are you using it to shoot at some of the monsters? Are you trying to like blow open doors or blow down debris?
Rubble.
I'm gonna blow open a door or a gate. Open up an alternate path for us.
You can do a weapon attack, or insight can be part of it.
Weapon attack.
Blam.
You're doing that Daisuke Jigen's nonsense.
The old shrapnel slinger, huh?
11, you say? That one, this one.
11, you say? Well, yes, but how about his wife? To shreds, you say?
There we go. Come back. Box on him. Darn you, GM screen. I have the information I want you to have.
Villain's chosen a new target. GM.
Look at this. Yeah, okay, good. You are able to blast into some of the debris, and it shatters back from your attack, and you're able to find a faster way to get where you're going without getting bogged down in some of the fighting. As you charge forth, one of the shadow wolves leaps at Zevin from out of the shadows, trying its best to just rip it out of your hand. But you're not just some random person or arquebusier. You are a hero in your own right. So it's going to take a little more than just biting at your hand to rip it down. So it's just going to damage you, hopefully. Or miss. It could miss. Think positive. As it tries to do a little ghost bite at you, attacking your magic defense.
For my magic defense, you say?
Y'all.
Ooh, where's my defense?
11.
It matches.
Oh.
If it matches, is it defender win or attacker win?
Your defense is the target number. That's why I need to hit.
So attacker wins.
Yep. You're looking at 16 physical damage. Bites past your armor and rips into your essence.
Ah!
Surprisingly, that hurt, but you don't feel any real pain. That potion did a lot of work. Weird.
Yeah, like it heals up the next moment.
I was thinking she's too high to care.
She's too high to care.
What is this?
What is
Stony Flats
what is
of
that?
Russia?
Comfortably numb, It's like a distant pain, smoke on the horizon, far away. You see your flesh being ripped on your arm, but it feels like it's somebody else's arm.
Well, more Duncan, how is it? Does it heal immediately? Does it protect against it?
Yeah, it's your thematic.
I am thinking it would effectively make you sturdier. So when the damage occurs, basically it's
Not as deep as it looks.
pardon?
It's not as deep as it looks.
Yeah. It's a good way of putting it.
And as you run through the town and make your way there, atop the tower, the grand figure chants a chant that echoes in every shadow from the mouth of every monster and from the downed peoples of Grimwatch. As the spell it's casting grows in strength and more lights fade. The enemy acted last time, so the good guys act first this time.
I'd just like to freely call out. It might be a good thing to pull out your little Archon lantern, 7, for the extra light we need.
Yeah, that's a good idea. In fact, I will.
Did you have anything you wanted to do early on again, Lucius? Maybe what you did last time, but pick fire this time. Try to learn if it's weak to fire. I have a fire spell.
So, that's something I can only do at the start of the conflict.
So you can't do it again. Okay.
I mean, I
Alright.
could take the study action and attempt to study the thing again.
Well, one thing I could do if I don't choose to guard anyone this turn is use my action to actually scout from an aerial position to try to advance our position through town by finding us a safe route. Would y'all want me to do that, or do you want me to continue to guard somebody?
Good to
What do you
know. The only concern is that I am still only a couple points above my crisis.
Okay, well then I'll go ahead and go first, and I'm guarding my buddy here once more, and defending, and that's my turn. But I mean, if I go first, that means no enemy can get at you, Lucius. They have to go through me.
Mhm.
Is everybody okay with that?
Yep.
Okay. All right, then I go first. I'm defending and guarding Lucius, and the turn goes back to the GM.
It does. One of the many wheels of demonic energy crackle and speed their way between alleyways and through windows, and it spins in place. It unleashes a demonic spell of Fulgur as it snaps out bolts of energy at 3 of you, which can't attack Lucius, so it attacks Ether, Duncan, and Zevin.
I have a question for the DM before you finish resolving it.
Y'all.
We're still within the Darklands, so I can, I believe you said as long as we're in the Darklands, I can learn spells from creatures outside of the standard Kimris limitations. Would that mean I could learn this spell?
Yep, first for Fabula.
Okay, I will spend a Fabula and try and learn the spell as well.
Bang! And you learn Fulgur spell. Onyx spell. Will shut.
If you have a page number, I can just look it up.
Nah, I'm gonna snapshot it.
Okay, no problem.
Because... Whoops.
Go ahead and resolve it, and we'll deal with it later. It's fine.
I got it. I know what I'm doing.
Fair enough. Just trying to help.
Oop. Oop. There we go. Ta-da. This. 68. That is 11 to each of your magic defenses.
You say? That is higher than my magic defense.
How about you, Zevin?
Eh?
Is that higher than your magic defense? It's attacking all 3 of you.
11.
Matches.
Ether?
No, that does not get me.
So your transformation shields you from the magical bolt that tries to fry you. Unfortunately,
Right.
You see it fires multiple bolts and catches more Duncan and Zevin.
Uh-oh.
For 21 bolt damage.
Oof. Ouch.
Bang! Doesn't get to do its bonus ability because that's an opportunity. It can't do that extra thing unless it gets doubles.
Ow.
Yeah, that could have hit. That was going to aim at Lucius, but Aether got in the way.
Jeez.
Turn goes to good guys.
Tanked another hit for you, buddy.
Yep.
So
I can either get us like a bunch closer, like I can either take another crack at the clock, or I can try to study the thing, or up to you guys.
I think I think at the very least we need to know what it's weak against so that we can hit it.
So do a study.
I would suggest so, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's an insight check. Oh. Fine by me. I like me a insight check. Where's my sheet? Here we go. Thank you. rolls. We're over here. You know what?
What?
I will. I will spend a Fabula because this is important. On the theme on. No. Theme of ambition. I need to know what this thing is, and I will understand it. Even though it is something that is so much more powerful than me.
Could you toss your token here?
Yeah. Okay, yeah. And then I'm just going to re-roll one of the d10s because I got over 5 on the other one.
You're rolling the 1. Gotcha.
Thanks.
So that
okay.
is 9.
That is a 9.
Well, you get to learn something.
Rough.
You're a dog character? Or kobold, I guess, if we're going JRPG logic.
I already know.
Hopefully it's weak to either bolt or fire, because I have spells of those types. I just learned that spell, by the way, everybody.
Yep.
I
will have to. Cool.
You learn the following. You learn that its level is still 25. It's still a level 25 creature. Its species has changed to demon. It's no longer an elemental.
Because it's ensorcelled.
And time to calculate its current HP and MP. You know those now.
Oh god.
It has 240 HP. Its crisis is 120 because of that.
Okay.
And its MP is 85. And that is all you know.
We didn't
Sorry,
get
guys.
its weaknesses.
Nope.
Fudge.
Sorry, guys. I just... I rolled garbage.
Roll trash.
I rolled trash. Well, now the enemy gets to go.
Well, I'm still guarding you, so look on the bright side.
One of the demon shadow wolves takes a nice deep breath and attempts to ember breath Lucius. However, again, Aether's still in the way, so it is casting the spell of Ember Breath. That's attacking
Okay.
your magic defense.
Yep.
Ba-ba-ba. 8. Uh, 12.
Nope, I got a 13.
Oh, the Ember Breath blasts into. It looks like it's about to hit Lucius while he's still like studying, and then you dart into the way, and it just splits over you like you're a stone in a river, and it just
I'm saying
slays around.
my wings and my broad back and the feathers that I've grown reflect the magic away.
Yeah.
It
Goes
goes
the
rolling
friend.
off of me.
Goes to friendlies.
Just leaves
Who hasn't gone this turn?
7 and more.
I haven't. That thing that hit us was bolt damage, right?
Yeah.
And does it look like it's going to try to hit us again?
Well, as you're running through, you're running into 3 basic demonic types: the imp, the magical
Yeah.
wheels, and the shadow wolves.
Yeah, it's not just one thing. Like, if we try to fight any of these things in particular,
That's
we're
why
just gonna get...
Yeah, that's why we're just running past them, hopefully. Yeah.
But it might attack you. You might. That seems to be the spell the lightning wheels seem to do. Demonic wheels seem to do bolt type damage. They don't seem to vary very much. So you get the feeling if this clock fills, there may be different versions of the energy wheel, demonic energy wheels. Lightning types are easier for them to summon into the world.
I'd like to play objective again.
Okay. How are you working toward the objective?
We're gonna duck and weave and take some back alleys to get here, staying out of sight of anything above us.
Dex is part of it.
Inside it is. Ooh.
I wish I could help, but I can't.
May I re-roll based on my identity by spending a Fabula?
What's your identity?
I'm lowborn. You know, you gotta learn to duck and weave.
He knows them back alleys like nobody else.
Yep.
See one back alley, you've seen them all. Yeah, I'll take it.
I'll take things set out of context for 400, Alex.
I've been on the run for a while.
Yo!
Tick. You're able to help redirect the party to find other hidden alleyways, which does you do run into you actually run into monsters more often here. But with your escort and the fact that they can't mob you as easily because they're bottlenecked, it's easier to kind of push your way past them and scramble past them, and because as long as you're not sitting there trading, it's not so bad, and they can't just surround you and try to slow you down too much. Such as since you're like, oh no, we can't go this way, we'll go through a window. Oh, we can't go that way, we'll go through this door. We can't go that way, we'll go up a floor, jump out this window, and then keep going. You know, you're never really stopping for any great length of time. That said, Zevin finds an imp meeting her in the air as she dives through a window. And it cackles.
You should be fine. It's just a small bean.
And it tries to slash at you with its freezing nails, attacking your magic defense.
I'm sensing a theme.
Uh, 10. Does 10 hit your magic defense?
10 will not.
It slashes at you, and you're able to kind of brace yourself forward, and you notice that it bypasses your armor, but your spirit is determined enough to not be torn at quite so easily by a weak imp. And you're able to kind of just you fall through the air past it without it really slowing you down. Turn goes to more Duncan.
Are they back? Oh, perfect timing. It's your turn.
Ah, excellent. So that smack hurt quite a bit.
Okay.
Is anyone looking like they're in crisis right now?
I'm not, but like one hit will put me there. I'm like 3 hit points above it.
Well, you
Okay.
haven't been hit yet because I'm guarding you.
Yeah.
I may guard more Duncan next turn.
Yeah.
I'm also not in crisis yet.
Okay.
All right. In that case, how many? I'm just checking at class ability. One moment. Is so 5 or fewer. Okay, excellent. And how many of that do I have? 4. Okay, good. Let's do it. I will spend 4 more inventory points and then spend a trade point to negate the additional 4 inventory points. Because I have that merchant ability private stock.
Yep.
And I will roll my 3d20 to see what I get this time.
Ooh.
19, 14, and 11. Okay. What does that let me do for targets?
Oh, that lets you.
Every enemy
Target all
present
of us.
on the scene.
We can all regain 30 hit points.
Sec.
That would actually be good, yeah.
12.
Yeah.
Actually, that's been errated. It's 30 hit points and 30 mind points now.
Even better.
Oh, that's
Um,
even better.
So yes, let's have me and every ally on the scene recover 30 hit points and 30 mind points.
Does that also cover the guards that are with us?
Yes,
It would, yep.
Awesome.
they're allies.
Hell yeah.
I will take
That
it.
actually fills me back up.
59 and 57.
Also,
Does
will
it still
progress your.
overcharge or
Yes, that's
oh.
that's just my my heroic
default healing
ability.
state. Right, okay. So I'm just gonna add 30 instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we now have because that
Overcharge
increases our
ability. Wow.
our cap.
Okay.
That's why heroic skills are cool.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The
That's better than my rogue skill.
your objective clock advances because various guards who are holding people back are able to fight on a lot more fiercely and a lot more brazenly because those that were in crisis suddenly aren't, and now they're able to push a lot harder than they would have been able to otherwise.
And the ones that weren't in crisis are now over.
Yeah.
So yeah, wow, that's really good. Okay.
Did not see my bars.
Yeah, I didn't realize you always overhealed everything you did now, More. That's incredibly useful.
It's really good.
You're now my favorite person.
MVP. MVP.
One of the Shadow Wolves howls its howl of tragedy as it casts its spell upon the one who seems to be healing everybody with its potions. Do you wish to learn this spell for a Fabula point, Rune?
I don't have room for another spell unless I let another one go. Let me see what I have that I could drop. Is the spell he's casting Umbra? Because I already have that one.
It's Howls of Tragedy.
Yeah, I don't know House of Tragedy. I'll have to see the effect and then decide, I guess.
Yep.
I don't
In
know.
which you can do that. That's fine.
Okay.
If it whiffs, then I won't be able to tell you anything.
Oh wait, I take it back. I already have House of Tragedy. That's my 4th spell, my maximum.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, never mind.
I already know it.
You already know 4 moves. Would you like to forget one?
I already know this one. Stop trying to make me forget. Yeah, sure, I'll forget that one. Spend a Fabula. No.
It's like Pokemon.
Uh, 13 to attack your magic defense there, Little Miss Merchant Moore Duncan.
I think that's gonna get her.
Yeah, it does hit.
It gets me. So
You suffer from the shaken condition.
Okay.
As you as you hear in its howls the grand tragedies it has witnessed, and they plague your mind.
Oof.
Ouch.
That status effect will reduce your willpower die size by 1.
Yep. Done. I've got the shaken box ticked.
Okay. The battle goes on. The power of the enemy increases.
Okay, I think someone should try and push us over the top.
I agree. I don't want to go first because if somebody else can get us there, then I can use my action and actually attack the enemy instead. So
Yeah, maybe more Duncan, because you have a bunch of Fabula.
Sure.
yeah, if you just get us one more objective point forward, we make it into the battle.
A sec. I'm looking reviewing my that one does not apply. That one also does not apply. Oh, hooray, that one's actually going to apply this session. Not right now, but it will apply later.
Oh, huh. So how are you going to help progress the? You're at the base of the tower. It's a lot of now. It's a matter of figuring out how to get up there without getting pulled into one of the many battles in the courtyard.
Second.
If you don't have an idea, I have a crazy one, but it would use my action.
I'm reviewing my skills. Please give me a minute.
Sure, no problem.
That is not it. Okay, and then up. Assuming the sheep wants to cooperate. There we go.
God, can you imagine how cool it'll be if more Duncan gets the 100 hit points, 100 mind points on all of us at some point?
Supercharged.
Well, it can only take us up to 50% of our max, right?
Still though.
Yeah,
So,
150%. So
oh,
But still.
yeah, that's 50%. Oh, 150% total? Or just
Yeah.
50% more?
to a
you can have-
maximum of 150% of your
Okay.
current max.
So you can have a half again your
Right.
your max.
Oh, if your max is
Uh,
60, then you can only go to 90. Right.
So I am thinking that I will aim to how many baddies are handy?
a lot.
And are they like shadowy creatures?
They're demonic and shadowy, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna try one of my new spells for a bit. See if I can blind them with bright light up looks.
Ooh, you
So I
cast a
have to
luck
roll.
spell.
I guess if you blind them all, we'd be able to run right past them, basically. Is that
Yeah.
the idea?
That is the idea.
A great idea.
Huzzah! Critical
Oh my
success.
god.
I also generate an opportunity, so they're all jazed. I think that's what. Yes, I do generate an opportunity.
You can choose the opportunity to daze them, or you can use on the other opportunity. I will say with that light damage, you're gonna progress a clock because you're gonna do a lot of damage to a lot of creatures. Three creatures. Three creatures get blasted. And that's enough to kind of burrow a hole through. You're doing like friggin' 24 light damage to demonic beings.
Yes.
I think some of them will be vulnerable. The small guys will be vulnerable to it, and they'll there's a few imps that just pop out of existence.
Oh, you could scan. You could find a vulnerability.
Let's do that.
I have an idea. Wait, before you pick. I remember that the enemy was basically immune to physical damage before. What I was going to recommend is that you actually give him a weakness to one of his magic stats so that his magic defense drops and he has a lower die. Either his insight or his willpower. So you'd want to hit him with either dazed or shaken if he's not immune to it.
Can't target big boy yet.
Oh, we can't?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Sorry. Well, forget me then.
Can we see him?
You can see him. He's huge. Everyone in the town can see him.
Then I will scan him to discover a vulnerability.
Don't worry. I have a thing. I have a thing I can do to inflict some status condition on him.
Good deal.
He is vulnerable to light.
Oh, hey, 7.
Hit him with light.
I don't have a way to generate light.
Speaking of 7, you have to show everyone the new thing.
New thing?
The new.
Yes, at the end of the game.
Yeah.
My Zevin will reach into her pack and chuck the drone out. It'll recover just before it hits the ground. Buzz.
Oh, we're getting
Oh.
boss battles soon.
Oh, does the drone also get hit points off the that potion from earlier?
I assume not.
Does your companion have its own HP and stuff?
Yes.
It's a valid target.
So then he would.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd gain up to 50% more than his max.
Okay.
The group you are able to the guards do what they can to fight to cover monsters from chasing after you as you manage to burrow a hole into their defenses, and you are able to ascend the ruined tower and get to the ruined battlement. And up there you see the ensorcelled Umbra cultist as it's casting its grand ritual over the city. However, now that you've arrived up here, you've noticed that was going up without me getting any opportunity or even doing an action. It just happened. That's because no one was interfering with its casting. So now it can't do that. It would have to waste a turn casting. So the only way this goes up is if it gets an opportunity. Now, because it's too busy fighting you guys off to really properly cast the ritual. But it might have time with the opportunity to give itself enough space to cast. But it gets worse. You notice in the back, there is an ensorcelled Thalios in the back who raises his hand, his purple blackish streaks radiating from his eyes inky black. And he seems to be, his face frozen in a terrified scream as he's wielding the quill and writing spells into the air.
Told you we shouldn't have trusted the wizard.
I think he fucked up. I don't think he intended this to happen. Pardon my French. Or my Darklander speak.
It is the mage who casts his spell first. I'll note that big guy here has one less turn. He only has 3 turns instead of 4 because he has a buddy nearby to help him. Just so you know, the battle balance, how the turn order work for them. So Mr. Wizard only Mr. Ensorcelled Wizard only has one turn.
Right. Well, more took her turn. Does that mean it's now the enemy's go?
Yeah.
Okay.
He writes into the air and casts a spell.
Uh-huh.
I am not currently guarding anyone. Sorry.
It's okay. I have something I can do if I get hit.
He casts the spell of Brain Melt,
Eee, that sounds pleasant.
targeting.
Pretty sure I can't learn this with Chimerism now.
Rain melt.
Cast
Zevin
spell of explode your head.
Moore,
Oh god, it's my head!
and Lucius.
Oh no.
To 7 and Lucius.
7 Lucius
ev-
and more.
More.
Everyone but Aether.
Oh,
You can
Everyone
learn
who
this.
needs mind points, right?
You can learn this spell if you so wish for Fabula, because this power is coming through. This is the sorcerer's casting through him.
I'll save my Fabula, thanks.
Yeah, okay,
After all, I can learn normal creature spells without Fabula,
it's true.
so I'll save my Fabula.
So insight, willpower, you say? Good at those.
Spreads, you say?
Insight, willpower. That is 15 to magic.
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a +5. Holy shit!
He's the Grand Wizard.
Yeah, guess so.
Each of you,
Oof.
each target that gets hit loses 17 mind points.
Okay.
Ouch.
Question: were you guys overcharged on your mind points as well? From
I
when
was
you did that
like
30-30?
casted Lux.
Oh, okay. Because
I
I'm
was.
still overcharged on mine.
I
How
am not
much?
over. I'm not overcharged on mine, but I have stuff I can do to get mind points back.
Okay.
55.
I've got my own. I got my own stuff going on.
I was really just hoping to remind you guys that if y'all didn't overcharge when y'all were healed before, you could have that. That's all. Help take the brunt of this attack. I don't know.
Turn goes to friendlies as you notice the ensorcelled archmage, sorry, wheels it out, and the
Melt some brains.
and yeah, you feel your brain fogs and melts as the thoughts of how your spells work and how your abilities work kind of muddles, but you're far stronger than your average person, so all of you still have a fair amount of mind points left. But compared to some random person who would have come up here, that would have zeroed them out for sure. Wouldn't have killed them, but they wouldn't be able to do anything with their mind.
Here's a question.
Oh.
Hang on. Well, not so much for you. Who do we want to focus on more, guys?
Oh,
I think we need to worry about the main enemy, to be honest, because if we beat him, then Thalios will be freed automatically. It's controlling him.
Okay. If you guys don't mind, I have something I'd like to do.
Before you do that, it gets worse. Zevin, you take a bonus 10 amount of mind damage as
Ooh.
he's connected to you through the quill. Because you're the only one who's used the quill so far. If more than one of you had used the quill, it would have done extra damage to you as well.
Ooh, man.
Okay, then. Maybe we can get the quill away from him, though?
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't think we need to deal with him. directly. Like, I think if we remove the quill from his possession, then, we can concentrate on killing the big bad. What do y'all think?
It's a matter of getting it out of his hand, but if he's the one powering this, if it's using him as a battery, and then
Getting it out of his hand may solve the problem. I tell you what, why don't you let me go next, and I will continue to guard for the team. I'll pick one of you guys to defend, and then the rest of you can do whatever y'all think might work. But I think getting the quill away from Thalios might solve the problem. If it doesn't, then we can just kill the spirit,
Yep.
the umbral spirit instead. But Thalios is not our objective. The umbral spirit is.
So either you wish to take the guard action?
Yeah, and I think I will guard more Duncan, who appears to be the most fragile among us.
Move to defend more Duncan.
Yep.
Then the ensorcelled
Form of attack.
Umbra Occultus begins to cast one of its spells. It casts the spell Clones of Light.
Oh no.
This one I might want to learn.
Ah!
Oh no.
I will.
Oh no. This is the thing that makes us that we can't just hit it.
one
Yeah,
guy
but
we
imagine
still
if I
can't
know
hit.
I can learn that spell, though, see?
You can, yeah.
I will spend the Fabula and learn that spell. Or do I need to spend a Fabula?
It is demonic, so I think you still have
And
it.
yes, I will need to lose a spell and gain it. Is it considered an other spell or an attack spell? Offensive spell, sorry.
It is not an offensive spell.
Okay, well, I'll just replace House of Tragedy. Go ahead and take my Fabula.
I will need you to throw it onto the board. I can't steal it from you.
Okay, when I try to throw them on the board, for whatever reason, it hold on. It doesn't work. I can't drag it, clicking it doesn't do anything. There we go. Okay, finally.
Take.
I was having some sort of weird lag. Okay, but yeah, I'll learn the spell.
It is in the Discord.
Thank you.
As it morphs into not one, not two, but three, but four. It's hard to tell which one is which currently.
It's time for me to start weakening the field, huh?
Please.
All right, team. Here's my plan. I use barrage, then I use warning shot on the barrage shots. Basically, I can hit 2 targets and shaken them.
So the only thing is, if I remember correctly about the way these things work, if you can just deal 1 damage to all of them, they shatter.
Unfortunately, I can't deal damage to 4 targets at once.
Don't you have alchemy?
I do, but it's not very good. I could try. Let me get the alchemy table up. I'm running a little close to low on IP, which is why I was trying to.
Mm-hmm.
I've got 6.
I mean, if you want to do your sharpshooter stuff, sure, that also works.
All right. I will do barrage. And then I will roll twice. I declare my target to be Thalios and this one.
Okay. So Thalios attack of 19, and he takes
0 damage.
0 damage
I'm
because
shaking.
you're shaking him. Oh, he's immune to it, so shaken. Frightened by the warning shots. Ah!
Okay, I got the spell copied down. That spell will make me a much better defender, by the way. Because if I put the spell up, and then I also defend someone else, then all the clones defend them too.
And you're barraging the other guy, just doing no damage to him, and is shaking this clone up. So those two are shaken now, which draws their willpower die down by 1, I believe. And then this one that was shaken will reach out with its umbral grasp to strike at you.
Skill or magic?
This is a physical attack, surprisingly.
Hits.
You take 16 dark damage.
Ooh.
As it actually doesn't even come close to you. It just reaches out and then its arm extends with darkness and slashes at you. And you feel your shadow dimmer suddenly seems a lot darker than it was earlier. That's not good. Oh yeah, that's right. So he's done 1. The clones will only get 1 turn. They don't get boss guy turns. They're facsimiles of the original.
Yeah, otherwise they'd action economy us to death.
Yeah. Those friendlies.
So here's the issue. I need there to just be one of it. I have my combo ready to go, but I can't do it if there are 4 of them.
Well, the thing to know about these clones of light is any attack that successfully hits them will dispel them.
Right? The problem is my whole build is all about the thing I want to do is something that will cause one enemy to take a bunch of damage.
Right, well, somebody else can go before you
Yeah.
and do an area effect thing. Unfortunately, I've already gone, so
Yeah.
it can't be me. But anybody who can do mass minor damage to everything is a good call right now.
Unfortunately, Lucius is the only actor currently.
Oh, has more already gone?
Yep. More got you up here.
You can always guard.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah, guard. Just guard.
In which case I will guard. Yeah, I will guard.
This one senses your hesitation and reaches out to touch you with its umbral grasp. Oh no.
Jesus. Yeah, that's my luck. First off, watch out, sir.
Watch out.
Oh, you're gonna let them take that hit for you.
Well, I still take some damage, but
Prop up your shield.
yeah, it won't be nearly as terrible.
It's devastating.
Yeah, it won't be nearly as
Tick.
devastating.
Tick.
Yeah, you got an opportunity.
Yeah.
The
You got
clock
2
ticks.
opportunities? Wow.
Progress. You may fill or erase up to 2 sections of a clock.
That's cool.
We can't let him do that again.
I don't think we can stop him. It's random.
Yep. Well, we have to get opportunities of our own and erase the clock.
21 dark damage would be heading at Lucius normally.
Yeah.
My boys reduce it by half.
And you're guarding. That also gives you resistance.
Yep.
True.
So that goes from, what did you say, 22 down to
21 down to 5.
yeah, 21 down to 5. Cool.
As you are kind of bracing yourself, and Vibius and Brinius leap into the way to try to minimize the blow, but it just manages to smack at you. And in its swipe, it swipes wide, and it almost looks like it's gonna attack everybody. So all of you end up having to back off for a second because you think it's gonna hit you. Or even Aether more. It's probably more of an Aether going like, I gotta guard you. It's like, oh shoot, it's not attacking us. Oh no, we gave it more time to cast its spell.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
This clone
No.
is going to reach out and swipe at. It will try to swipe at more Duncan, but it can't, so it swipes at Aether.
Ooh.
At least it's not an opportunity.
Yeah,
That was really close, though.
I imagine that hits without me adding.
Oh, yeah. But I'm
Uh,
resisting, so.
True. That is 20 dark damage normally.
Okay, I take 10.
Oof.
I'm still good.
Still above max.
I will note those who have been hit and have taken damage are unable to take an attack action on their next turn, as the umbral grasp
No.
is wrapped around you and is interfering with you being able to attack properly.
Is that not
Okay.
all of us, though?
Is that physical damage or mind damage?
Physical damage.
I have not taken physical damage this turn.
Okay, so you can still
mind
take
damage.
action. Good.
It's from this attack in particular, the umbral grasp attack.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think Seven and I and Lucius all got hit by that, though.
Yep. More, we need
Yep.
we need you to pull an alchemy bomb.
The enemies act. Oh wait, it gets worse.
Oh god.
I forgot. Boss guy still has all his turns. So he has
Oh,
2 more
no.
turns to do.
Wait, the clones all get their own turns, too?
Yeah. The thing is, the
Yeah.
clones can only do basic attacks. They can't do his spells, or they don't
I
get
see.
his other things.
It's just their
You
basic
say
attacks have a
only
nasty
basic
rider.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, their basic attack has a nasty rider, so.
Yeah.
Yep.
Um.
So I was hoping someone was gonna do a big AOE.
Does that mean when I use the spell, my clones can all shapeshift their attacks like I can?
They can do whatever your basic attack is, but they can't shapeshift further.
Well, I mean, okay. My basic attack is actually my mutant shapeshifting attack, basically. That is my basic attack.
Yeah.
We can discuss this. Use this one. All right, do your worst, DM. Right, I mean worst. I mean second worst. Not the well, the medium-sized guns. Not the large ones. No.
It casts the spell Shadowed Area.
That
This
sounds
it
like
actually
something that doesn't. Yeah. Oof. Go ahead.
It has to roll to hit all of you because it targets every creature it can see.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Oh wait.
Well, she did say do his worst.
Oh, it biff. I think it biffed. Well, a 10 to magic defense. Does that hit anybody?
Nope.
Not me.
Not me.
I need to check. Ooh, it does status hit me?
Oh, you suffer the slow status as you are surrounded by an echoing, disorienting darkness that makes your movement difficult. So your dex is dropped. You have two
That's
statuses.
unfortunate.
That sucks.
Yeah.
It could have been a lot worse, though.
Yeah.
Could have been all of us.
And then with its third action,
It has too many actions.
it is going to attempt to soul drain Devin Demeril with one of its spells.
Well, how dare you?
You're really his favorite target right now.
Oh, hey, 7, doesn't your drone also get to go?
No, it uses my action.
Oh, it does.
I wish.
Does. Oh, I don't think that it got 10 to cast that spell.
No.
You feel it chanting at you and waving its arms, and it points its staff at you. You feel your own magical essence and mind point start draining out of you, and then you will it back into your own being and keep it from draining you.
Good job.
Nice.
The turn, bad guys acted last, therefore good guys act first.
More, can you please do something?
No more, Duncan. You're our only hope.
I can do it as well if necessary.
I will spend, or rather, I will spend a trade point to negate all 5 inventory points of this, as I have that particular merchant ability maxed out. For 4 d20.
Oh,
Damn.
oh my
That might end up being very useful. Sec. I need to
Jeez.
double check in my.
Yeah, it hits. You can hit every enemy present.
As long as you don't hit every enemy present on the scene recovers 100 hit points, 100 mind points, I think we're good.
No. Every enemy on the scene. Actually, do we want to recover more, or do we want them to? Oh no, never mind. Scratch that.
We need to wipe out the clones.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Absolutely
every
critical.
enemy on the scene shall enjoy
Any
20
amount of damage.
fire damage. 20 fire damage. Every enemy on the scene.
20 fire damage. Oh, what does this look
Yeah.
like, more Duncan?
A handful of small bottles that basically burst into flames as soon as the glass ampule is shattered, that I toss at the enemies.
And the clones burn away, and they start waving their arms like trying to beat out the flame, and they all vanish. The main one's still there. It takes, you said, how much fire?
20.
20. Wonder how it
Yes.
responds to fire.
The good lady doth giveth, and the good lady doth taketh away.
The main guy takes no damage.
He's immune to fire. Shit.
Yep. The clones don't enjoy your immunities, because again,
Oh,
they're so the clones could take damage from anything.
I'll take it.
Unfortunately,
Thalios also take that damage.
Mr. Thalios, Shadow Thalios is back there. Ow. He gets burned up quite a bit. He's not happy with what happened to him.
Yeah, guy. This is why we don't trust wizards.
The ensorcelled Umber Occultus begins to chant another spell as it begins to soul drain or Duncan.
Does my guard from last turn maintain until this new action is announced by me, or am I no longer guarding her?
I'm gonna double check that. You're right. It might not target her.
I actually don't know. Yeah.
Like blocks melee, I believe. Right?
I don't know if it wraps around until I act again or what.
Don't worry. Just give me a moment to.
Until the start of your next turn.
Yep. Melee attacks.
But you can only cover melee, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And it would be until your next turn. So your protection is still in effect. Actually, so I should put you back. You are still guarding her until you do something else. Until you take a turn.
Right. So I'm still guarding her.
I can tell. I could have been casting spells at her sooner. Oh well. The monsters aren't hyper clever casters, so they're gonna biff. They're gonna biff sometimes, especially those goons out in the city. So it makes sense for them to screw this up. But big man figured that. Whoops, I'm in the wrong thing. I need to roll. A 13. To your magic defense.
Versus more or versus me? Sorry.
More,
Okay.
Duncan.
That does hit.
Ooh.
You take 25 damage as you feel darkness, your own very shadow grasps onto you and starts ripping parts of your your mind energy out into the world, and then the free bits of your mind points that are floating out there, it sucks into its self as it gains.
So 25 mind point damage?
No, 25 regular damage.
Oh, well.
But it also gains half of that damage as MP.
Ouch. Okay. Well, fortunately, I was above my max for hit points. Emphasis on past tense.
We can still do this, I think.
Yep. I have a plan.
What's your plan?
7. When I do my thing, be ready to open up with your light cannon.
Is there a way to transmute elemental damage? Because I can't do light right now.
You can use a spell shard, I believe.
Yep.
A
You
spell
got spell
shard?
shards.
Elemental shard. Oh, it doesn't do light.
Yeah, it doesn't do light. Specific things have to do light.
Yeah, I don't have a spell for light damage yet.
Yeah, your best bet might be
Ultimately,
dealing
the best thing I
Thalios.
can do is keep protecting people, right?
And also Thalios.
But the protection only covers against melee, y'all said?
Yep.
Well, that's not very useful then, because this guy's doing spells.
I will
You
say
You
it's
can also
unbelievable.
use a hindered ability.
Yeah, I guess I can hinder it.
So if you don't,
Anyway, go ahead and go.
alrighty. I am going to spend 10 mind points. Brings me down to 30 mind points and condemn. Hey, big creepy thing. You are all about the big secrets that we kept. What about one for you? And it immediately loses 20 mind points. Additionally, the next time a source deals damage to the enemy during that scene, it will deal an extra 20 damage.
All right.
Hold on, I'm not done yet. There's one other thing. I also use my heroic skill, Hit the Nerve. When I successfully condemn against an enemy that I know one or more traits of, I recover an amount of mind points equal to half the amount that the target lost. So I spent 10, I regain 5.
Very good.
Hang on, that's 35.
Your character
And
all the
that's it.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
And that's it. Draw Monster Cardo.
It's going to reach out and try to umbral grasp you, Lucius.
Yep. Knew that was coming.
That's to reset it. It would need to reset its grasps on you.
Mm.
14.
Is that just melee or is that
Melee.
magic?
Melee.
Regular defense. If
Regular
you said that's a
defense?
12.
I said that's a 14.
14. Oh no, that hits.
19 dark damage as
Cool.
it reaches out and grasps you, and you can't
Cool.
take an attack action on your next turn.
Cool. Oh boys.
It'll open them up pretty good.
Cool.
Goes to friendlies.
Plus 20.
Oh, Zevin's taking a turn?
To shoot the crystal laser from the
Yes.
support drone.
Zevin will point her finger and whistle. That little drone is gonna come out of where it was hiding this entire time. Take a pot shot. If I can move it, I move it behind the boss, but I cannot move it right now.
Pew pew. $16 hits its defense. This is light damage. Oh no.
Yep, that's.
So
Plus
it's
20.
14 becomes 34.
Yup.
Nice. Now I only do that like 9 more times. Maybe a little less than 9.
You see the purplish energy kind of part where the laser hit it. And it kind of, you see the whole of it kind of lurch from the hit of light that strikes it in the back. It realizes who did that, and umbral grasp Zevin Demeril.
The drone. You can target the drone.
It can target the drone.
I believe so.
Oh yeah, it has its own HP. Yeah, it's gonna grab at the drone. Doesn't need to damage. It doesn't want that to happen anymore.
Maybe
Pretty
this
sure that.
wasn't a good recommendation.
21 dark damage.
It's in crisis. It's still holding on, but barely.
Also cannot attack
Next turn.
next turn. Yeah.
Can't attack.
Goes to friendlies. Falls to Aether.
Am I the only one who hasn't gone?
Correct.
Oh boy, and I can't attack him. I think the only thing I can do that's useful then is study him.
Worst thing, because you have minimal information from what Lucius has seen, and you know it's different than what it was before. So spending
Right.
time to studying it might be helpful.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that I. Alternatively, I could try to get the quill away from Thalios, but then I'll have to touch it. I'm gonna fly around and try to study it for this turn and see if I can learn anything new about it.
Insight.
So, but study insight. Good.
Oh.
I'm currently 2d12 on that, so
Oh.
let's see how that goes. Wow, that is a terrible roll on 2d12. It's an 8. I get something.
8 gives you the same information Lucius learned.
Nothing new at all.
Nothing
Okay.
new.
Well, like I said, a really bad roll.
Yeah, it happens unfortunately.
All right, I'm done.
It is going to spend its third turn. Umbral grasping at Aether because you seem to be studying it for some reason, and maybe that's a spell you're trying to cast. I don't know. I want you to do whatever it is you're doing. Like this.
Maybe you'll miss me.
8.
Yeah, that's not going to hit me.
Thankfully, you're flying around, so its long umbral arm reaches out, and since you've kind of been attacked by it before, you kind of have a better idea of how its attacks work. So you're able to evade. And then Thalios is going to actually, I have all these Ultima. You can spend one of its Ultima. And it will lean upon its trait, Shadow Manipulation. And as you dodge the Umbral Grasp, it bends round and comes back to try to hit you again. I'm going to reroll both of them, honestly, because they both rolled below. 10. No, that still misses. I'm pretty sure. Yeah?
Who are you hitting?
You.
Yeah, no, 10 does not get me.
Well, it tried. It's like, aha! It could use its Umbra. I have to remember these things have their own pool of stuff to use. It's like, oh, well, I mean, they can still roll crap, apparently.
Well, I have spec'd into tanking now, so
Yeah.
hopefully I'm thinking well. Defense tanking, technically.
Thalios, the Shadow Thalios. Shall cast the spell Fulgur.
Oh boy.
And it will target Tius, Moore, and Zevin.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Thankfully, his willpower is reduced, so it's actually harder for him to cast this. Mage, what else is he gonna do? Hit you with his staff. I mean, he could, I guess, but probably not the best use of his abilities. So
He's got the +5, and that's, I think, still gonna hit.
Oh, that is not a good attack roll.
10.
10 doesn't.
That does hit me.
Ugh.
I need to do something about my magic attacks for my next turn.
Gotta get some better robes or something.
I have a spell
9?
for that.
9 doesn't hit.
That's 10.
10 does not hit.
That is 24 bolt damage. To more Duncan. Zap.
Isn't that spell
24?
15 plus high roll?
Almost like Thalios has a better version of the spell. Or he has a better, he has a buff to his spells in general.
Gotcha.
Sad.
Oh, right, he's 25th level. He gets to add 5 more to the damage.
I am
getcha.
in crisis now.
Any bonus for being in crisis?
I don't think
Bon-
so.
The bonus is she has 1 foot in the grave.
Bad guys acted last, good guys act first this time.
Okay, so the good news is I can actually make an attack this turn. The bad news is I have no way to deal light damage anyway. So unless we identify another weakness that I could exploit, I can't really help with the attacking, really. What do y'all want me to do? Defend people?
The only issue is the defending only works on melee stuff, though, right?
And these guys are all casting magic anyway, so I don't even know that I could do that. Do y'all want me to try to get the quill away from Thalios?
That might be a good.
Yeah. That
Okay,
might be an objective option.
that's a good idea. I don't have to do it first, though. I'm just asking what y'all want me to do.
Or
When I do it is up to you guys.
wait. Because I'm trying to remember how conflict stuff works. Would Aether be able to run interference on the clock?
You would need to have the type of magic that I want to call it eclipse magic. That's not what it is. I think.
Oh,
Umbral magic.
There's a word for it in Fabula. I don't remember.
yeah, the frick.
Entropism.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. If we had our Dark Knight with us, he could do that. But okay.
Well, there's one
although
other thing
actually,
I could- ahead.
I take that back. You can either entropism or ritualism in general.
I have ritualism.
So
There's one other thing I could do.
Okay.
I just learned that clone spell. I can make 3 copies of myself, which can harry Thalios, and otherwise give them more targets.
Oh my god.
And they each have their own basic turn, but they wouldn't be able to hurt the enemy because he's immune to physical, but they could fuck up Thalios.
That's useful.
Okay.
Sounds
Do
like
y'all
a
want
good-
me to go first and do that and give them more targets to deal with?
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds
I
like a good
spend
plan.
30 mind points, and I'd like to remind you that in the last time I rest, I got a pep talk from Lucius. Once before the next rest, when the target's about to recover mind points, I may double the amount that I recover. So I'm going to spend 30 now, but if I get a recovery later, I get to double it.
Dope.
So let's see here. The funny thing is, by spending 30, that puts me at my normal max. So now there's several more flying in formation with me, and they each get their own basic turn. Do they take them basically in order with the party?
Yeah, they act on the friendly turn.
Okay, well, that's my turn. They're all flying with me. We're flying together. And I'm done.
Thalios casts the spell of Fulgur.
He's going to target all the clones, isn't he?
Yep. But he doesn't have to hit at all, so they do benefit from your defense.
They still have to hit, and I have a good high magic defense, right?
So... 15 magic defense.
Yeah, that looks bad. You got me. When I saw that high roll, I was like, oh, I'm screwed.
Poof, poof, poof.
Oh
Well,
well.
there went 30 mind points for nothing, guys.
Well, it took his turn.
And it ate through his mind points to do that. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that sucked.
Fair enough.
That was expensive. That was 30 mind points I just blew through.
Yeah. So hey.
So, our turn again.
Yep.
Yep. 7 wanna do that 1-2 punch again?
Yeah, sure.
As Lucius just sort of wheels around. Man, you are really distractible. You know that, right? And I am going to condemn again. Spend 10 mind points. But then regain 5 mind points.
Is it based on how much damage you do or how much the target suffers?
How much mind points it loses?
It loses 7.
So you only get back 3, not 5.
If you do, the enemy loses skill level times 5 mind points.
Oh,
So,
What
I'm
was
sorry.
skill
It's supposed to lose 20 mind points.
It
I
loses.
spend.
So it only loses 7 because that's all it has left.
Oh. And then.
well, that's good. It ain't throwing more spells at us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I only regain 3 mind points. So that becomes 28 instead of 30. Oh well, I'll take it. Additionally, the next damage dealt to it is doubled, or not doubled. Next damage dealt to it takes an extra skill level times 5, which is 20. Next. Yeah. Okay. Yep. That's right. Think.
I will spend an Ultima point as it roars at your insults and at the threats that are present. It recovers 50 mind points.
Okay.
That's not even its turn. Now it actually does its turn. That's just spending an Ultima point to recover. Looking it up in the book like it's in the book.
Well, I'm eating away at it.
It shall cast Clones of Light.
Oh, not again.
I wish there was some way to like counterspell.
We have one. It's his name is Alexander Eckhart.
Oh,
I remember he did a really nifty counterspell thing once that was really clutch.
There goes the friendlies.
Well. Uh. Health is overall pretty alright, except for more Duncan, who needs emergency healing. I think
Yeah.
I can intervene and do it for you if you want to use your turn to explode. Is that okay?
Do explosion.
Isn't
I
the
don't have
big
heal.
golem dude immune to at least fire?
You know it's immune
But
to fire. Because
Yeah.
you did it fire damage and it walked off. But its clones do
Yeah.
not benefit from its.
Yes.
Right.
the real thing
So-
we're worried about is taking out all the clones before they all get actions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can definitely do another kaboom.
Might want to do
And-
that first before the clones get to go.
Good point. Of course,
Okay.
that puts her at risk of getting one shot.
I'll take that risk. I might regret this, but we'll see. So yes, spending another trade point.
Oh.
What does that give
11,
me for
16.
options? We shall see. Also, I will note I can only do that at most 2 more times.
Okay.
So
I think you can hit every enemy again.
I think you are correct. I'm
to
just
beat
not
that
sure.
19.
I definitely want to do something other than fire damage in
11.
the hopes of hitting the big dude.
11.
And you pick light.
Yeah. Light is not an option on my table.
Yeah, unfortunately, all you can do is the poison damage.
Freaking Earth.
No, I can hit all of them and hit with Dark and Earth.
I imagine
I-
he's
I shall do
invincible
that.
to dark.
Wait. Hang on. No, it's the Dark and Earth is as effect
shoot,
9, which
you're
is
right.
gives it resistance. It doesn't
You are
deal
correct.
Well, the clones won't have any of the resistances. At the very least, you'll wipe them out, and that's the main goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with hitting all of the enemies, and they can take
20 poison. That's really all
20 poison. Yeah.
What does that look like?
I am guessing a glass ampule filled with a volatile poison that evaporates as soon as the glass is shattered.
You're just flinging them all over all the enemies, basically.
Yes. And they get surrounded by poison clouds.
How much damage?
That also get Thalios.
It would, yeah.
Damn.
Damage type again?
Poison.
Sorry, amount.
20.
20. Big guy takes the full 20.
Hey! Good to know.
Thalios also takes
Yeah.
20 damage. As the poison, you hit it. When you see it hit, you see that this thing does have some facsimiles and attachments to the mortal forms that once made up its construct, and it seems to ebb away at its life force.
Because Aether, can't you do poison?
Oh yes. Now the thing is, that's my physical attacks and it's immune to physical damage, so I can't poison it unless I can hurt it first.
Huh.
On
Weird.
its turn. None of you attack it with spells. That's hilarious. So one of its abilities don't work. That's funny.
Yeah.
Well, I could, but none of my spells affect it.
Yeah, all the mind point characters on this party don't actually do spells.
Technically, I do. I just don't have any that hurt this monster,
Yeah.
unless he's weak to bolt. We just don't know.
I mean, you could give it a try.
Action would let you know.
Yeah.
I intend to.
Yeah.
Last turn, we found using clones to be more useful, though.
Mm.
It regains 50 MP. And say it with me now. It casts Clones of Light.
Oh, what a
hate this.
cheap boss monster! I think we have to get him below half health, or he'll keep doing this. He's like stuck in a pattern or some shit.
God.
We've broken his AI. Unfortunately, this is the only spell he casts.
Oh no. I have to see. I have to
I
know
think
this.
it's a JRPG and it's programmed.
No, so here's the thing I need to know, Corbinian.
Yeah.
What voice line does it say when it casts that ability that is like ingrained into players' memories as the oh dear fucking god, this boss?
Not again.
The
Yeah.
Clones of Light shall plague you.
Yeah,
Well, they're
exactly.
plaguing me,
It just
alright.
keeps saying that every time. It's like, oh, we got rid of its clones. No, it came back.
You clear them fast enough, the voice line will restart and play two at the same time.
Does
Yeah.
that have a limit of how many times it can cast it around? At least.
It's mana points, and for me to cast it, I need 30 MP, and if I don't have enough, I have to spend an Ultima to get 50 MP back. It's
Well,
an expensive
it's
spell.
Too bad you only have 22 Ultima.
Yeah.
The amazing strategy: stall until the console power runs out. It did kill me once in an RPG. Anyways,
Goes to Zevin, I believe.
yes, I'm going to need alchemy as well. Either to either wipe the board of enemies or to heal more here.
Mm,
I think we need to clear the board of enemies first, or we'll all
yeah,
go down.
well, it's whatever 7
Yeah,
rolls.
whatever you want to do.
2d20s.
That's an. You can
Nice.
deal damage. You can deal.
Either, yeah, every enemy in the present of the scene can suffer 20 poison damage, or every enemy in the present of the scene recovers 100 mind points. So,
I mean, I won't say no. I'll take it.
I'm sure you will.
poison idiot.
I hit square, not X. No. Why
That
do you
is
let me heal the
JRPG.
monsters?
Because then you couldn't cast Cure Light on zombies. and
It's
kill
true.
them.
So, I imagine you're doing you're hitting everyone with poison. I'm presuming.
Yes.
What does that look like, Zevin?
Zevin will pull a spare barrel out of her this one. It's called spare chamber out of her bag, slot it into the rifle into the Istingar, spin it. Somehow this Istingar is now a revolver. I'm not sure about this. And bang, bang, bang! She's just able to quick fire every single enemy. This is what happens if you don't treat the pit viper about vodka properly. It poisons everyone.
And I will say, if I remember correctly, the fact that Corbinian is spending Ultima also means we get more
XP.
XP
Yes.
at the end.
Yeah.
Assuming we all live.
So yeah, Thales gets caught in the poison. The various clones wheedle away. The main guy gets
may take him
poisoned
out.
some.
We may take him out with friendly fire at this rate.
Clones of light.
Are you kidding me?
That's got to be a limit to this. This is so lame.
Mind points.
Mine points.
I'm sorry, the guy who can fly at will, give himself whatever power he wants, learn spells. I don't know. That sounds pretty OP to me. I think mutants should be
Hasn't
nerfed.
been very OP.
But
Light will extinguish you. Oh God! Stop the voice line.
and now the clones start reaching out and attacking people. One's going to attack. You know what? It doesn't like Lucius because you keep screwing with its mind points. That's really annoying that you keep doing that. So yeah.
Yep.
13.
13. What's that targeting?
Physical.
Physical?
Yep.
That misses. Wait, you said 13?
Yes.
Ah, that hits.
Enjoy 20 dark damage.
Okay, I'm doing it one more time. Thanks, boys. And that's just enough. They can't do anything else to help me.
And don't worry, the sorceress hates you right now because you're making this whole casting thing really difficult because you keep draining this thing's MP. Stop that. Kill that one.
Can we toss Vibius and Ambronius off the tower?
Then, hang on, but I still take 10. You said? So I still take...
It would the base number would have been 20, so
20,
you take half, so
yeah.
10.
Cool. Ow.
And you can't do attack actions, not that you have been, so.
Yeah.
But don't worry, the other one's gonna attack you as well. That
yeah,
hits,
that's...
but for less. 17 dark damage.
Yep, that still sucks. That brings me down to 27. I am not quite at crisis, but I'm
pretty sure.
1 point above crisis.
That misses.
Yeah, thank you.
And I'm not letting the clones or Thalios benefit from the Ultima points, so I can't re-roll for them because they're not the big villain. They're not the boss guy. This is the boss. He's the one who benefits from Ultima points. So.
Hey, more.
Holding up there?
Ow.
Turn goes the friendlies. As Vibius and Abrinius look exhausted because they've been taking a lot of hits, so they have to back off a bit to catch their breath.
More, would you like to explode?
Sure. I will spend my last trade point for my 4 dice. 2, 6, 13, and 16. Dang it.
Yeah, you can't hit every enemy, can you?
No, I cannot.
Your options are recover 50 hit points,
However,
59 points.
yeah, I'm gonna make all allies recover 50 hit points and 50 mind points.
And that can take you up to 50% of your max.
Yes.
That's why I
Okay.
become
That'll put me
77.
at 93 health and
7 and
76. 76 mind.
Okay, I will take that.
Yeah. I'm at 57 hit points and 105 MP.
Yes.
It's
MVP.
47 your max 7?
It should be up to 70.
Well, no, but I mean 50%
Yeah, wait. Yeah.
more of 47.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 70. I guess that's right. Cool. Dang. I guess it's one of their turns.
Thalios. Quite work because he drained his MP and I can't recharge him. Baff somebody. No, I'm not using. All right.
I have a play I think I can do when my turn rolls around to take care of these guys.
By all means, take it.
It is going to cast Ultima point to recover.
God.
Whoops! No. Keep those on the board 'cause we count those. 50 MP. Now here's the limit of clones of light. I can only have up to 3 clones active, so I can't get 6 and then 9, and then like it stops at 3. If you only pop one of them,
Good.
if I cast it again, it just refills to 3. So that's the other limit. But he is going to cast a spell. Going to cast the spell Shadowed Area. Everybody is targeted by the spell. $11
Me.
11 what?
versus magic defense.
I am safe.
That hits me.
You have the slow effect on you.
Oh. What is slowed impact?
Your dex.
Ugh.
You can check mark it on your character sheet and it'll apply it for you.
Oh, yeah, I see. Cool.
More Duncan, you already
Understand.
suffer from the effect, so you can't suffer it again.
Hooray.
Zevin,
Hooray.
does that hit you?
Yes.
Okay, you are
Thanks.
slowed as well. Goes friendlies.
Well, I got my play. Lucius is going to run up to one of these guys, and he's going to make a this is the commander ability, the hang on. Sorry, I haven't done. This is my weird like wombo combo that I haven't done in a bit.
Are you doing an attack?
Yeah.
Have you been umbral grasped?
Have I?
Yes, you were humble grasp last turn. You can't attack this turn.
Oh, never mind. Then I can't. Hold on. Who can attack?
I
You-
can.
Can.
Aether and Seven both can. They weren't umbral
Okay.
attacked.
Yep. I just have to see what I've got.
You-
Okay,
you have to
which is
start
fine.
now,
It just means I can't do my I can't do the full wombo combo. I'm still going to do charging cavalry during conflict. I can spend my action and 10 mind points, which I have quite a few of, to choose an ally that can hear me. 7. You may immediately perform a free attack with a weapon that you have equipped, and you gain a +2 bonus to the accuracy check, but your high roll counts as 0. So if you would like to, for instance, do a bunch of stuff to you see?
Let me see. Compare me, my stats, and my drone stats.
Well, because don't you have like all the gunslinger stuff that lets you hit multiple folks?
Yeah, but my dex is lowered.
Because they're
Very
slowed.
bad for me.
Hmm.
So, my drone actually has higher dex than me right now.
Hmm. Okay,
So
that works.
Compared to me. Let's do. And you are.
If you give it to me, I could like wipe out all the clones, but he'd just make more, so it doesn't feel worthwhile.
Nope, I have an idea. If you can wipe out all the clones, I have an idea. I will give it to you then.
Yeah.
I'll use my crushing chariot.
Oh wait, does it have to be a physical attack, and that's all I can
Yeah,
do?
it's
Or?
just a standard attack.
Oh, well, I can't do multi, so I'm not a good target for that. Sorry. Not me.
I can't use barrage right now, GM, can I?
It just says the ally may immediately perform a free attack.
All right, no special fancy things.
Yeah, no special
I
fancy.
actually-
It's basically your basic attack. You stab somebody, you shoot somebody.
Well, I mean, we could take Thalios out of the fight, maybe.
Oh, just wait. I have a plan here. I just
All right, what can we attack?
someone has to take their attack.
Okay. It'll be me. I have +1 accuracy from my.
And +2 because of my charging cavalry.
Oh, +2. Okay, drone then. We'll add it. Me after I roll. 16. Holy shit.
Unfortunately, the high roll doesn't matter.
Who's it shooting?
Yeah. Lucius, your choice.
Give you.
I'm saying this guy.
Yeah, presumably this guy.
Yeah.
I gotta remind you, the spell dictates that unless you know which one is which,
Which we
he
don't.
automatically gets a clone first.
Oh, then maybe Thalios?
Dalios then. Light damage after all.
That's 8 light damage.
Yeah.
Pew! It taps him. He does not like that. That hurt. He barely stays on his feet. Definitely within crisis. I probably should have said that earlier. My bad.
Oh, yeah. Would have liked to know that. So then, because I just did a crushing chariot, or I'm sorry, that was a charging cavalry, is what that's called. Now I get to do crushing chariot because I did a charging cavalry. Aether, you said you can wipe them all out.
If I can actually cast a spell, yeah. But
Yeah. Would you
my
like to?
point is, it wouldn't really help much because he just resummon them anyway with his next turn. And since he gets a turn after each of us goes, he can do it every fucking time.
Except right now, crushing chariot, you may immediately take your turn.
Right. That just means he'd go after me and have more actions after. Like, okay. I don't know how much it'll help because he'll just resummoning, but I'll do it. I'm willing.
Go for it.
Okay. So I get to take my turn early, and I will try my new spell. Where's it at? It is the new Folger spell. Cost is 10 times the number of targets, up to 3. I wish I could also hit a 4th, but I can't. But I'm pretty sure that's a maximum of 3 targets. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. Can I make one of those targets Thalios?
Certainly could.
Okay. I'm sorry, Thalios. I hope I don't kill you. But I make Thalios and the cluster of 4 enemies the targets. So Thalios plus 2 of the clones, I guess.
Okay.
And go ahead and cast that spell. And I have a +1 to the magic check with that spell. Is that right?
Yep.
Okay. I forgot to check and see if it gives you a +1. Yeah, it does. Okay. Does a 10 hit their magic defense?
It's the big boys. Does it hit the Archmage?
Well, he is debuffed, I believe.
It's based off your insight, not your will. But that still hits them though.
Good.
Ooh, okay, cool.
Then
Yeah,
it's
man.
22 bolt damage to all of them.
Crack! Thalios goes down. And the quill drops to the ground. This clock cannot be finished.
Yay.
Valios is required to doom the Grimwatch.
Phew.
Cool. Good to know.
And you did bolt damage to it.
Well, actually, to 2 of the clones, technically.
Oh, that's right. So I don't have to worry about it. Pop, pop. Do them just pop. Turn goes to enemies, I believe.
Yep.
Well.
Oh, I didn't get to describe that at all. May I do so?
Go ahead.
Okay, so monster casting is unusual because it isn't just like spoken words and wiggled fingers and all that. Instead, I come flying around the monsters, and I do so. Lightning comes down from the sky above me, strikes my wings, and then spreads out from the wingtips and strikes the enemies,
Oh, that's
Through-
some
using me
That's-
as a conduit.
that's some kaiju shit.
Yeah, I thought it looked cool in my mind, so that's kind of what I did. Thank you. All right, please continue.
Oh, you take 10 dark damage because you cast an offensive spell at it. No, it doesn't work because you didn't hit it. Never mind. One of its abilities is Shadow Magic. When it's a target of offensive spell, it immediately snaps back and does 10 damage to whoever attacked it. But you didn't actually hit the main guy. You just hit its clones, and the clones don't have that ability.
Well, lucky me, I guess.
Good to know.
I was like, aha, I can finally use it. No, you didn't attack him. He doesn't get free damage. Well, you're in a weird pickle there, guy, because summoning could summon the other two. That's so expensive. Oh, wait, freaking, let's get him to slap somebody. You slap somebody.
Thanks.
All healed up again. Who do we... You know what? Slap that little thing. I don't want that to shoot pew-pews at me anymore. Those
The
are-
whole thing.
No, not the small bean.
Oh no. Wait, can this guy fly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So my drone's in crisis this whole time. It healed. It healed when we healed everyone.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. Oh,
Alright.
actually, no. It can't fly. It has range. Its Umbral Grasp is a range attack.
Oh, that worked. That's fine too.
I was like,
In other words, it's got reach.
Yeah.
Right.
that's how I was imagining it, yeah. I believe 17 hits it.
17 will hit.
Yeah.
For
Oh, it hit me.
22 dark damage to the little guy.
It survives.
Oh. Goes the friendlies.
It's landed again.
Well, 7, now might be a good time for you to shoot yourself. Well, not shoot yourself.
Some Persona 3
Alright.
logic here. I'm an
Yeah, that's
Arcanist
one way to get
now.
out of this battle. We can all just kill ourselves.
Yeah, sorry, this isn't Persona 3.
Oh, that is a Persona 3 thing, isn't it? Yeah.
All right.
Summon Jack of Frost. No, Jack Frost, sorry. That's what
I will barrage.
that seems unfair. What did I ever do?
Seven can can target 2 foes.
So you're gonna take out one guy and you're gonna hit Boss Man because he can't really avoid that.
Yep. It costs 5 MP because I've got the Desperado's coat.
Maybe it's not immune to physical anymore.
Well, what kind of damage is the magic cannon set at?
My magic cannon is currently set to Earth. It is not.
Which it's
yeah,
not
it's fine.
weak to, but GM, you didn't say it was resistant or anything to it.
I think earlier he said it was like immune to earth damage earlier.
Is that what you said? You just said that it wasn't weak anymore.
What ability was targeting it? It was your lore ability, wasn't it, to see if it had a
Yeah,
vulnerability?
you have to tell me its affinity towards a specific element. So
Yeah, and you asked earth.
It's immune to Earth, then, yes.
oh,
Yeah,
it's
it is immune to
totally
earth.
immune.
So
Okay.
you wouldn't want it set on earth anyway. You already know it's immune.
Okay, cool.
Though to change its thing is an action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just All right.
So you're still doing that, Zevin, with that in mind?
With physical?
Oh, I thought you had Earth for some reason. People were saying Earth, Earth, Earth. I was like, huh?
No, I was trying to determine whether the
My
magic
instant
cannon
guard does
was-
more damage than my magic cannon, actually.
Oh wow.
Blam. 7 to hit one of the targets. 7 hits. Its defense is actually garbage. So the clone pops.
And then you hit the second one.
22
Uh,
damage. Nice.
And it is not immune to physical. It's the
Dang.
ensorcelled taint has weakened its physical immunity.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh,
Good to know.
Too bad it keeps popping up all these clones in the way.
Why do you think he keeps doing that?
She loads
Ah.
her Istingar. Blam, blam. 2 in a row. And
Nice.
I'm assuming it looks to her as she quietly ejects the casing
Stairs.
and she levels the barrel at it again.
Hey, don't
and
forget it took
tiny.
20 extra damage from that hit
All right.
because of the debuff on it.
Oh, that's right. Because I
off.
did this. I did. Yeah.
Sorry, could that be said again?
The enemy, the monster, also took 20 additional damage from the previous debuff on him by Lucius. That's been on him for like 3 rounds.
Yeah. I had this thing on it where it would take more. I did the thing where it'll take an additional 20 damage, and then we just never got to hit it again because it kept putting up the
Oh, okay.
it kept putting up the guys.
I was keeping that in mind the whole time.
Well, clones of light.
Yep. God.
Does anyone here have a clone slaying sword that we found in a chest conveniently close to the boss fight?
And then
here's
Never
the thing.
know.
Now that I know that this thing can take physical damage, that changes everything.
swipe at 7. Because no. No more of that barrage nonsense.
All right. Do your worst.
I don't think
I
it
left
did.
a friendly GIF in the general channel.
9. It hit physical.
That will match.
Oh, whoa.
16 dark damage. You now can't
Okay.
attack because you're Umbral Grasped
Oh.
on your next turn. The rest are going to target you because now it is not acting as intelligent. I will tell you now, it's not acting as per its other traits as much. The ensorcel trait seems to be dominant, so it's acting a lot more vengefully and more petty than the elemental would. The elemental would be a lot more careful about who it's attacking, try to spread out its damage to weaken everybody at the same time. It's that way you're all weak. But the sorceress is not quite that. Is a little more petty than. 7 to hit. 7.
7 will miss.
And the third one will attack you. For a grand total of 18. For an additional amount of 18 dark damage.
8 to hit or 8 damage?
8 damage. 10 to hit.
Hits.
17 dark damage.
Okay. I take it again.
These things are all doing physical attacks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, I
and-
can actually tank the clones. I have an idea for our next turn I'd like to throw out to the group. Instead of screwing with the clones, why don't you guys take a round to study it and figure out which one's the real one and which ones are the clones? And I'll just try to tank the clones off of our most vulnerable, like the guy that, like they all seem to be going after one person at a time. I can defend that person while the rest of you work on the main guy. Does that sound like a good idea?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that next turn.
Main guy is going to use his third turn to cast.
Clones of Light.
Oh, no. That'd be a total waste of his turn. Like, I glitched. It casted one too many times. it's gonna cast Breath of Light as its eyes gleam with a almost sun-like intensity and lance out at Aether.
I wonder what that does. I don't have a point to learn it with, so.
I said,
How do we acquire Fabula points and play again? I don't remember.
read the book.
I need to
we-
reread the book. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Encounter villains. If you'll get one at the end of this session because you are at 0.
Zord, it does this. 10 to your magic defense.
Nope. I'm too hard to hit. I'm avoiding
lances-
that shit.
It unleashes a breath of light at you, and you are able to You're able to evade it, and even though all it needs to do is barely touch you, your magical defense is enough that you're able to shrug off its attempt to grab hold of you and dazzle you. Bad guys acted last. Good guys act first.
More think you can pick out which one is the baddie?
I will try. What role would that be to?
Hey, before you
Steady.
guys do that, who were they targeting before? Was that 7 or more Duncan?
Hey,
'Cause I
we're
bet
targeting
there's
7.
I figure they're going to keep targeting her. I don't know. Does it seem like that they're that petty that they'll keep going after one target?
Perhaps. Perhaps not.
I think they're going after whoever attacked them last.
Could be. Okay, well, I mean, I'm willing to go first and defend whoever needs it, if y'all want me to. Or go ahead and go. It's fine.
Yeah, I think for the moment we have hit points.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
What kind of a role is a study action?
Insight.
Okay. Oh, one sec, folks. I should probably... Oh no, never mind. My insight is okay still. I just wanted to identify whether or not insight was one of my stats that are affected.
You need a target number of 10 to spot the real one.
Got it.
Okay.
That one.
You're able to pick out which of the 4 is the real one, which means you can target it and ignore the clones if you wish. That eats Moore's turn.
Yep. But I will point it out to the others.
Gaze looks upon Moore Duncan, who seems to be studying. He doesn't like that. You will motion to one of the others, and one of the others, its turn, one of the clones, will reach out and try to swipe at Moore Duncan. Oh,
Oh no.
14 to hit you.
That hits.
14. 21 plus. I hit you. 22 dark damage.
Do you want to take that
Okay.
damage?
What?
Do you want to take that damage?
I am able to take that damage, but if we want me to attack next turn, we might not want me to.
I can sacrifice my drone.
We know it's vulnerable to light, and I can do light, so
You can or can't?
can.
Okay. All right.
Sorry, drone.
Drone zips into the way. Baff.
Oh no, not Droney. He's heroically sacrificed himself.
I assume 22
Fort
drops
Drone
it.
Mark III version 17. I will remember you forever.
Not Droney. No.
Not Droney. Would you like me to do my thing to make it vulnerable and take more damage?
Yes.
Okay, condemn
Now that we know
time.
it can take physical damage, I might be able to hurt it and poison it even.
Yep. Lucius just looks at it and says, "Well, I see that you're incapable of fighting us without backup. What kind of all-powerful dark creature are you?" And it again loses 20 mind points.
Ugh.
I regain
10.
10 mind points, which actually, now that I read it all over, that's the amount of mind points I have to spend to do condemned. So I don't lose anything.
Nice.
And because of that, I just have to make sure. I have to make sure there's nothing else under hit the nerve. No, because that only comes into play against something that is enraged. Cool. Good to know. Yep.
But he's set
That-
up with that debuff again?
Yep, he's set up with that debuff again.
Please let me go next, everybody. I have an idea.
Swipe at Lucius because he's talking smack.
Yep. He heard I was talking shit and he didn't think that I would hear it. Yep.
21 to hit you.
Yeah, that hits.
21 dark damage.
Yep, I'll eat that. I am now let me see. Am I now? I'm still technically above my max hit points.
Turn goes to friendlies.
Aether, you're up.
Okay. I know which one the real one is, and I can fly around these guys.
Yep.
So I come zooming around everybody, and as I do so, I shapeshift my lower extremities, my legs and claws, into big spear tips, and come jamming into him with a strong physical attack. Let's see here. How do I make a physical attack again? It's been so long. I haven't done it in so long.
That's since the first ruin, I think.
Right. I don't even remember like what stats I used to generate a normal attack now. Is it dependent on what shape the form is? Is that right? Or is it always certain stats? I forget. It's always certain stats. Let me just.
Because it's based on the weapon, yeah.
Right. Well, no, it's actually not based on the core of the weapon. My martial arts are just always martial arts.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So the good news is I have like a +3 on it though. Like I'm really good with it.
Yeah.
So 16 to hit him,
That hits.
and I do 12 plus 7 is what? 19.
Yep.
And then an additional 20 from his buff, and I have a class feature that any creature that I damage with my physical attack and do more than 20 points of damage to also suffers from the poison condition. So I do 39 points of damage and I poison him. That's a mutant feature. Let me find it again.
Oh.
I've like barely ever gotten to use it.
I think we just won.
No. You're now into the second stage
Oh,
of the
no.
fight.
I apologize.
That's
I don't
okay.
have it because it's not my current Theria form. But
I think we dealt enough damage to it that we procced the.
it's still a good hit though, yes. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I apologize. That's a Theria form that I don't have active. But I do still deal that much damage to him.
And it suddenly divides up into As each of you find a clone of yourself in a shadowy form materialize in front of each of you.
Oh no.
Face
we have to take-
thyself.
Second phase of the boss fight.
Yup.
Maybe we should switch off. Is that even allowed? I don't know.
Probably should. Also, we should try to do anything we can to deal damage to multiple opponents, because
Oh yeah.
the quicker we can whittle everyone down, the better.
We need to do this next session.
Yeah, this looks like a good spot to break for next game, or do you want to keep going, Corby?
Probably should, because yeah, this is a whole other fight that you have to contend
Well,
with.
I have to say, honestly, I think we've done a lot better than I thought we were going to do.
Yup.
Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
MVP has to be that overhealing effect. That's
Yeah.
clutch.
Holy
Huge.
shit.
And it is really good to drop. It is good that you got Thalios down, and also part of it was chance, in that if they got the thing to go off, then the field would would cover a lot. It would return a lot of his abilities, so he'd get physical immunity back. You guys would all become vulnerable to dark damage. So stopping the
Ugh.
ritual was super important.
Good deal.
So
Good job, everybody. I'm so proud of us.
Yeah.
So XP's earned all round.
I think we're gonna hit another level.
Pretty sure we are, yeah.
So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Gee, we'd have hit a level no matter what.
Yep.
We just full level.
You just dinged for fighting the first stage of the boss.
This may be the toughest boss we've ever faced, I'm sure. But yeah, it's been very fun. Great.
How much was that again? Sorry.
10.
10
10.
XP.
So you
Holy crap.
basically ding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just basically just take a level in a class, and
Well-
we're at
We totally forced it to go through a lot of ultimate points. So
Yep.
Yeah.
That's the other reason why doing the clone attack, forcing it to do clones of light all the time. It's like that's 30 MP every time it does that. It has 85 MP max, so it can cast it like twice before it has to do the recovery action. Not action, the recovery spend. So.
well, I mean, it has ways to drain MP from us too, but it's not very much. So
Yeah.
yeah.
if we can drain
mine-
its MP, we get
Yeah,
it.
my
it on the
drain on
ropes.
its MP was rough.
So
'cause-
all that said, because we do have to let people go. For all of you watching, thank you very much for watching. Those of you playing, thank you very much for playing, and look forward to the next half of this fight where they have to fight their own clones with all the abilities and spells that they have.
Listen to that supervillain laugh Corby's been practicing.
I've been looking forward to you guys triggering this, but you were peaceful the first time.
Wow. Great job, everybody. Wow.